Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Coach Gary from San Francisco Bay Area. You know, this morning I am so excited. I've been really praying a lot and toiling and inside this conviction. You know, a lot of people come to me that love their network marketing companies, but just don't have the coaching and the mentorship that I offer my programs. And I sort of like stayed away from doing any more personal coaching because I build these systems and platforms for like top income earners and different companies. And but I just felt in my heart that I needed to open up and do a coaching program for everybody, no matter what network marketing company they're in or MLM they're in. So I am going to open that up. In fact, I've made a decision, and I've basically hired two people, which you're going to meet one of them this morning, maybe possibly two, if not next week. And I made a decision that I'm going to write a book on how to build your network marketing business using LinkedIn exclusively for the network marketing industry. And now, why do I want to do that? Because LinkedIn is a gold mine. LinkedIn offers you a higher quality candidate. They're in 200 countries. My gosh, they got 340 million users, and they're bringing in 172,000 users, new users every single day. Folks, that's 17, that's like 17 people a second. It's the fastest growing B2B and B2C business network out there today. Now, let me just preference it before I get into today's lessons about what this book is going to represent, what it's going to be. It's going to be a step-by-step training book. Okay, it's going to have all the stories, all the experiences that I've had, all the stories in the book, but it's going to have the lessons behind the stories. So it's going to be engaging emotionally, and it's going to be a workbook and a guidebook. That means I'm going to actually have a place in the book that you can, of course, I'm going to sell this book on Amazon, but we're going to have that book where you can write out your profile, and you can write out your personalized messages that can connect with people. You're going to learn in my book of how to hire and leverage your time by hiring an assistant off of Odesk or Elance. You're going to be able to have your calendar booked out by building a team around you that can help you. Folks, I got to tell you that anybody that reads this book is going to come away, can call themselves a master in LinkedIn. It's going to be that detailed, step by step. Now, I've read a lot of books on LinkedIn, and I've taken a lot of courses, but nobody has ever laid it out step by step, page by page, chapter by chapter about how you can implement this and create a very serious income and build a following, and also build your downline, and also groom and groove your leaders, which it takes, and how to do it nationally, locally, nationally, and also globally. Don't forget, Lincoln's in 200 countries. So I'm very, very excited about this book. I'm going to do it very quickly. I've also hired a person that's taken 5, 6 other authors, and she's got them on the Amazon #1 seller list the first time out. So she's got a perfect record for doing this. So she's going to be working with me, and we're going to be putting this together. And we're going to do it very, very quickly. We're going to launch this. It will be an Amazon bestseller. And I just want to encourage you to, once that book comes out, that you get that book and sell it. I'm also behind that book. I'm going to build a top course, again, exclusive to the network marketing industry, on how to build your business on LinkedIn. And I'm going to show you how to connect with the right people and the right time and the right messages, what to say. And I'm going to teach you how to manage your time. All of that's going to be there for you. So the first person I want you to meet is my personal assistant and social media strategist, and I'm going to bring her up. And Mesa is just doing a phenomenal job for me, so I'm going to bring her up right now, and she's going to kind of share with you. She's part of building this book and this program for you guys that are watching right now. So, Mesa, go ahead and introduce yourself. This is Mesa. Pronounce your last name. You give. How do you pronounce?
Hi, I'm Masha Ilic. I'm from Serbia.
It says it's on.
Okay, great.
I'm Gary's personal assistant and social media strategist.
Right. Okay. Tell the audience what you've been doing every day about on LinkedIn for me, and what's happening there, and give me your opinion. What do you think about what you're doing and how it can help other people? Okay, go ahead.
I'm making connections on Gary's profile on LinkedIn, tracking all activities. I'm a WordPress poster and preparing that for shadowing buffer. I'm helping teams to stay on top of these obligations.
Okay. So
We have an excellent cooperation, and I'm so excited to work with you, really.
I'm excited to have you on board. So let me kind of recap what Mesa's doing for me, okay? And I always mess her name up. You know, I've only had her for about 10 days here. But Mesa, what she does is she does all my connections for me on LinkedIn. In other words, she she finds the connections based on the profile I provide for her. She does all the searches, does all the connections, and then she does all the private messaging in a very personal way, right? And then she actually keeps a recap of that. So when she connects, she keeps a record of it. When she sends out a thank you message, she keeps a record of it. When she shares my personal story, she keeps a record of it. And then to top it all off, she goes ahead and she books the appointment on my calendar, right? And so she sets up my calendar, and then she's keeping track of all those connections, and so we can develop the ratio. So she accumulates it day by day, week by week, and of course month by month. Now the other thing she does is she knows WordPress, and she also she knows Aweber. She's actually mastering that right now. So that means she's going to be doing all of my postings on Buffer, which means it goes out to all the social media people that I'm connected with, right? And she's helping me build my list of followers at the same time. And then she's also knows WordPress, so she's going to be helping me a little bit some of the website development of my new course. So I'm very excited to have her, you know, on board. And she does all my editing for me. So I really got a good one here. So you're going to see a lot of Mesa. But anyway, thank you for coming on this morning. And thank you for sharing with the audience about, you know, how you're helping me move this whole theme of teaching people how to build a network marketing business on LinkedIn and how powerful it really is. So thank you very much. I love having you. You're doing a great job for me, and we're having a good time, aren't we? Okay. Okay. All right. And then now I want to bring on Ellen. Oh, you guys, gosh, I got her on the screen there. She did get her video to work. Now,
I did.
Ellen, I want to. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Now, Ellen has. I just hired Ellen. I met her about 6 months ago, and I didn't realize until lately that she has helped. How many authors have you helped to become Amazon #1 bestsellers so far?
Well, coaching them personally,
Yes.
probably 10 or 12.
Wow.
But I've only been teaching it for like a year because I had to figure it out. I had to figure it out first of all. And what happened was I was actually helping people figure out their titles, and I've been doing that for a decade.
Right.
But I was kind of wary of Kindle in the beginning because I was making so much more money on my own website, just on the books, but I didn't understand the power of Kindle back then. But as I was helping other people get to #1, and then people, and their titles were doing really well, and then people were asking me, well, you haven't even done one. So then I thought, okay, well, I better not just say I'm helping other people, I really need to do it myself. So then I really got into it. Of course, I got my very first one to #1, and from then on, I have a 100% success rate ever since. That was the end of 2013.
So that means that we're going to work together, and we're going to get our book to #1 on Amazon. How cool is that?
Absolutely.
Is that exciting? I woke up this morning and kissed my wife 3 times. I said, hey, I've been wanting to have a #1 seller, on Amazon for a long time, and I just never had the time. And I've written these books as I shared with you, and I never put them out there, published them, or sold them.
Right.
Said, okay, this time we're going to do it. And now, right now, there's not a book out there how to build your network marketing business using LinkedIn. Helen, there's just nothing out there right now. Nobody's teaching it. I mean, they teach it. There's a lot of books on the subject, but nobody's teaching it with the stories that I've already got the stories.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already doing it, as you heard from Mesa. We're already laying it out. Nobody's teaching people how to leverage their time by building a team, how to leverage their calendar like we're doing. So people go, I got to take on another job here. I just haven't learned that. And the way I'm doing it is they can read our book, right, and they can become a master at LinkedIn. They don't have. They're going to become an expert and a master by reading the book and taking the courses. I don't know how cool that is, but I think that's pretty cool, right? Plus, they're going to make money. Yeah, plus they're going to make money because of whatever network marketing company that they're in. Yeah. So anyway, we're glad to have you on board, and I'm looking forward to it. How fast can we do this? Fast can we get this book written, do you think, and become an Amazon #1 seller? How fast do you think we can go?
Well, one of the things that I love about teaching people how to get to the bestseller status is that literally from the time that we start the promotion, it's like, it can be 2 days.
2 days.
2 days, yeah.
I write pretty fast,
Yeah, and you start making money in 3 days. But the writing part, I mean, people can do it from 3 hours to 3 days to 3 months. I mean, it really just depends on,
Right.
how quickly and how much time you have, and how and if you follow my system or not.
We're going to follow. Don't worry. I'm going to follow you. If you've done that 12 times, I'm following your system.
Well, I mean, I've been teaching people how to write ebooks in 3 days or less for 11 years now. So,
Wow.
I mean, I've taught people all over the world. I've taught hundreds of people how to do
Wow.
this. And I've taught people who, literally would be in tears when they're done because they'll say to me, my God, I've been trying to do this for years and I couldn't do it.
Wow.
And they've taken other courses and said, oh, it was too complicated, or oh, it wasn't, step by step or whatever. So, yeah, so like I said, I mean, I can teach you to do it as fast as you can do it.
We're going to do it. And here's the other thing too. We're going to write this book. I just know it's the right thing. I mean, I can feel it in my heart. I've struggled with this for a long time. We're going to write that book, and I don't know how many languages. It's going to go out to different countries. Do you know there's 178 million distributors in the network marketing industry? 178 million. Do you know that most of them are not making money at it?
That I believe. Most people aren't making money at anything.
And the truth of it is, the old ways about calling your friends and family, and then having all these parties and these what they call home review parties and tasting parties, people are resisting that, especially in the U.S. market. Now in the Asian markets and the European markets, maybe a little bit different. I think European a little bit resists it, but Asian markets are very open to it. So you got to know how to present the business and what market you're in. It just can't be the same old thing that was taught years ago, 60, 70 years ago, working today. More and more people are on LinkedIn, and by the way, LinkedIn has a better quality candidate than normally what people have in their sphere of influence. Think about it.
Oh, absolutely.
Am I right? I mean, the average person on LinkedIn makes $120,000 a year. Facebook, $65,000, and my gosh, on Twitter it's $51,000. Here's the thing: people don't realize that LinkedIn has a built-in tracking system. You can actually build a blog on LinkedIn. You can join groups on LinkedIn. You can even start a group on LinkedIn. You can join 50 groups and start 10 groups yourself. I mean, there's so much to learn on LinkedIn. It's so powerful that people can overnight, I'm telling you, 90 days, if people get on this thing and do it right, they can double their downlines, or they can start the basis of a possible 6-digit income in this very easily.
Well, the other thing that I've learned about LinkedIn is, I mean, even if you don't have a website, you can pretty much create one right in your profile.
Yeah.
So you can get started there, really inexpensively.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what? We're going to go online. I'm going to do a little bit of teaching today. You'll be the first time you're going to see how I do this, but I got to speed up the process here because I like to do a lot of illustrations. I like to share the stories, do the lessons, and then have a call to action where somebody can actually go ahead and write out their profile or develop their own messages. And that's why I want to bring in the coaching aspect. Now, here's another thing before you get going. I haven't done coaching, personal coaching. I've done it on a group level and in my MLMs, because I'm a leader and I teach other people how to do it. I haven't done coaching in a long, long time. But what a lot of my audience doesn't really know about me is I was a top real estate coach. And my personal contracts never went out for less than 10 grand. Okay, that was the cheapest I did for top producers in the real estate mortgage industry. Okay, because I taught them really how to make a mid 6-digit, 7-digit income in that industry. So
that's so funny. That's so funny because we were talking about how we have so much in common, and I don't know that you know this, but Chris and I in the '90s we were buying, fixing, and selling real estate.
I know. Everybody was. It was there.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to just kind of share with the audience that. But right now, I thank you so much, Ellen. I thank you very much. And I'm going to get into the lesson real quick here. But I just want you guys to know that I'm going to open it up because people come to me and say, hey, I love my MLM. I love my network marketing company. but I want your coaching. And I get calls. I got one yesterday with a gentleman that wants to hire me as a coach. So I thought about it and thought about it and thought about it. I am going to offer an incredible price for credible personal coaching. Now, here's the deal. I told my wife I'm only going to do it for 10 people. I got 10 spots. Again, it's going to include my book. I'm going to do it very quickly. I'm going to build a whole website with all my courses on it, and I'm going to offer personalized coaching, to people. And here's the beautiful thing. The people that come on to my personal coaching are going to be part of my book. So they're going to be part of a bestseller Amazon book, and I'm going to take this to a national bestseller. I promise I will. Okay, I've studied under Jack Canfield. I've studied under Steve Harrison. All those guys. I know what it takes to get it there. I know how to meet the, I know how to meet the media. I know how to get on all the stations. Trust me, I'm going to do it. So you guys that take my coaching and use those experiences, and that's what I want in my coaching program. Use those experiences. You're going to be in my book. How cool is that? So I'm going to have a section of success stories. But I need people to get into my coaching program on a personal basis. I'm going to drop my fees way down for this. I'm going to try to give 4 sessions. I'm going to be right up front with you. I'm going to give 4 sessions, 30 minutes, 4 times a month for about $500. That's about as cheap as I can get it. And you're going to be in my book. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know. And we'll sign you up. We'll get you going on that. I'm going to start that immediately as well. So that being said, we're going to go online and we're going to start a little bit of teaching right here. I'm going to keep Monday Morning Mentor open to everybody like I have been. So you're going to get a lot of what I'm teaching on this. This is always going to be a free coaching session. I'm always going to give back. So let's go ahead and do a screen share right now, and let's get into it. Okay? Now, if you can see my screen, everybody can see my screen? You can see the document? Okay. So Mesa, can you see the document on the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, thank God I have an editor because I can't spell grammar. I'm terrible at grammar, punctuation, but I don't know. But why I'm a writer, I'll never figure that one out. But here's the title of this. Now, this is a continuation of last week. It says, "Don't tell and sell, care and share on LinkedIn." I find that the biggest mistake that people make on LinkedIn is they're so busy trying to sell people and trying to promote, an item. Now, the problem with that is simply this. Okay, that does not really work, and here's why. Okay, it just does not work. Because on LinkedIn, you have to create a relationship of know, like, and trust. You have to really become a friend to somebody. Like Zig Ziglar says it best. I'll talk to anybody that I like, but I'll only do business with people that I trust. So just keep in mind how important it is that that we have to create these relationships. And a lot of times we're just trying to sell, 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 sell. Now, I'm going to give you the biggest secret on LinkedIn, and here it is. There's 2 of them I'm going to share with you. The first biggest one, over even content and value that you offer people, and that's huge, is being open to other people, sharing your personal stories with people. Sharing people what you do for fun, about your personal life, and then, believe it or not, people will share with you. Now, I picked this picture of this little kid, the one's crying, and she comes up and puts her hands around. I think it's so cute. When I saw this picture, it just got to my heart. Kids get it. Kids know how to connect with one another, all right? And they know how to share with one another. And that's really what we're talking about here. So in my thank you message, I ask people, that I have just connected with to share something about themselves. I also ask them, what do they do for fun? And they're really open up to me. And you'll be amazed the difference that creates in a relationship. Now, this is what's going in my book, are stories like this and lessons like this. Okay, now here's an example of what I remember, the story of a single mom. She had a 9-year-old son that loved football. He watched his favorite team, I'm telling you, every single Sunday. He never missed a game. She went on to tell me that how he wanted to go to the game to meet the different players, just to see them. Okay, and but she was broke, could hardly make bills. I mean, she was just really almost crying, and I got on the personal conversation with her. And I was in tears with her because she was such a great mom, but she was just struggling so hard. Her heart was broken after reading my story and going on LinkedIn. She connected with me actually, and I just couldn't say no to her. So I had to help her. She was in another network marketing company, and I spent some time with her, and I helped her. And you know what? that turned into a great relationship. You know, she gets it. However, you know, she couldn't get, you know, she couldn't save her life and build her downline and attract the right people no matter how hard she tried. She's been at it for a long time, and she just loved the dynamics of the industry, but she couldn't get it done. She just couldn't attract the right people. She couldn't attract the quality people you need to build a successful business. And of course, I helped her, and I've helped a lot of people like this, okay? And I just give a lot. So I did. You know, and as she began to study under me and started to apply the practices that I taught her on LinkedIn, she became highly successful. And she's smoking hot right now. She's on her way to the top of the comp plan. So what a cool story that is. So I just want to tell you, there's a lot of stories out there right now. I just met a friend just recently on LinkedIn. He's a master trainer. He's an expert. I read his book already. I'm taking his course. I'm going to refer him and refer his course. I am one of these guys that I'm open to everybody. I'm not kind of like so protective of my materials, you know. I remember working as a vice president of finance for a plastics company, and this guy actually invented, believe it or not, this is how old I am, he invented the surfboard. And once he invented it, he went on the beach and he kept it from everybody because he didn't want anybody to know about it. You know, I actually worked for this guy. You know, he was the president of this company, and I was his vice president of finance. And the crazy thing was, it wasn't 2 years later, everybody had a surfboard anyway. You know, so folks, let me tell you something. I'm a protector of the things that I write, I monetize it. But you know, here's the deal. Seriously, I want people to have, you know, I've been keeping exclusive to the MLMs I've been supporting and building. I just felt in my heart, and God talking to me said, you know what, everybody needs to learn this. Everybody needs to know about this. Make it available to everybody. And I had to change. It took a long time for me to jump back in and hire somebody like Helen and go ahead and commit to writing this book, and I'm going to do it. Okay, it's just where I have to go with this. Anyway, I would like you to, and I'm going to recommend that you buy his book on Kindle for $9.95, excuse me. I think that's a price. And here's the link right here. LinkedIn Riches is what it's called. How to leverage the world's largest professional network and enhance your brand and generate leads. It is one of the best books I've read. I read a lot of them, took a lot of the courses. I just got so excited about the way John has presented this, the way he's done it. He's done a phenomenal job, even in excess of what I've done. So I'm very excited about that. If you want to take his course, it's $4.95. It's a great price. A lot of value, a lot of bonus materials in there. Just go ahead and email me if you're interested in taking his course. I think he's got 7 modules in it, and it's got about 5 or 6 bonus package with top people. My gosh, for $4.95, I thought he should be selling it for more. It's just a great course, a lot of value. So again, if you're interested in that, go ahead and email me, and I'll get you connected with John and send you an affiliate link that you can order that course if you want that course. Other than that, you can buy his book. The course is so much, so much depth and so much more. Just a great person to meet and to really enjoy, and I'm glad to have a relationship with somebody like that. And by the way, he is an Amazon #1 bestseller. So there you got another source for you. And as I read more of these books and study more of these courses, I'm going to open them up to you as well. I want you to really master the subject. That's what I'm about, okay? I don't want you to limit to what I just know. I want you to master it and be effective and help and teach other people. All right, so here's something I write in my personal message. Now, why is it important to open up with something for fun? Okay, why is that? It's crazy. Everybody has their hobbies. My hobby when I was living in the country club used to be golfing. You can get to me. If you called me up, I could be in a board meeting in my company, and somebody called me and say, hey, this guy wants to talk to you. Just found a golf course, and my secretary come running into me. I took that call. I wanted to know where the golf course was. I'm serious, okay? So, having fun. If somebody called me, the other thing I used to do when my back got in trouble, I went from golfing to yacht racing. And I loved racing yachts. I have a 40-footer. I used to race up and down the coastline of California, called Phantom Mist. And somebody called me on yacht racing. I promise you, I would step out of the board meeting, whatever meeting it was. I could be teaching a class. I'd step out of it, and I'd take that call, and I want to know what's going on with the fun things that I did in my life, So fun is a big thing, and one of my favorite questions I ask people personally before they start telling me about their business, I always go, stop. Tell me about you. Tell me about what you do for fun, about your family, where you live, what you're passionate about, what your dreams are. Just talk to me as a person. Let's get to know each other. I think that's so important on LinkedIn that you have to develop that type of relationship, an exchange of points of interest and ideas, and they're really think in terms of their interests, not your interests. Sharing with them about what you do is fine, but really it's more important. Dale Carnegie says it best, talk in terms of other people's interests. Really learn from them first. I enjoy spending time with my wife for 30 years. We enjoy dining out, wine, sailing, traveling. I always say the word sailing wrong because selling, sailing, I get all screwed up. I'm a seller, what can I say? Traveling, gardening, cooking together. We have a parrot that says good morning for peanuts. People love that. People that love animals relate to that. My wife makes friends with the birds, the rabbit, the squirrel. She feeds everybody. That's why I adore her so much. She's just a saint. I married a true saint. Our hobbies are yachting, yacht racing, and we go out singing. I go out singing. My wife, of course, she sings pretty good. She was a concert pianist, but to get her up there in front of people, why, she's just very shy. She won't do that. So I have gotten her up there occasionally to sing with me. Okay, that's karaoke. Okay, so I get people, after reading my story, sharing with me about what they love to do, dance, sing, party, cook, love animals. I read every story that comes in. Even though I got Mesa, she doesn't know this, but I read all the stories because I just love the stories, One of these days I'm going to figure out how to do a Google Hangout and have a karaoke party. Wouldn't that be fun? Do you have any suggestions out there? Let me know, okay? So here's your lesson. Start with a personal bio, sharing a little bit about yourself, all the fun things that you do. By starting with fun, you're going to connect with that person on a much happier and friendlier level. They're going to open up to you more. It's the best icebreaker I can share with you. So what's the favorite question? Hey, what do you do for fun? What are you passionate about? Tell me about yourself, your family. Okay? Please do that. I remember meeting a vice president of Merchants Bank who loved to play golf. This is another story. I actually called him, to tell him I found a great golf course, which I did, and he's at a board meeting. This is just, he left the board meeting. Secretary snuck the message into him. I said, hey, sneak this message into my guy. And she did. 2 minutes later, the phone rang, hey, Gary, where did you find the course? I said, well, I told him. I said, hey, he goes, well, how long's the drive? And I told him it was about 45 minutes from where he lived. Hey, can we get a tea time this Saturday? I said, let me check. I'll find out. I booked a tea time. We went golfing that week. Okay. So wouldn't it be great that I had a connection with a vice president of Merchants Bank, and I got a friend there? How easy do you think it is if I need a loan or something, have a connection like that? How powerful is that? It's just a beautiful thing. So I kind of cracked the code on the gatekeeper here, okay, by asking you what you do for fun. All right. Now you could search all the CEOs you want. I promise you, when you find out what they do for fun and you connect with them, you got an instant. You're getting through the gate. I promise you. Okay. All right. So keep that in mind. What do you do for fun? All right. All right. So listen, John wrote a book. In his book and his teaching, he talks about reviewing, going into their profile and finding out what their points of interest are, and actually mentioning that when you're connecting with them. He said he calls it 14 seconds. He's right on. It's like that's what I teach. It's a wonderful thing. You go in there and connect with people on a personal level, you're going to have more people you know what to do with, to talk with. I don't care how much money. They could be making $2-3 million a year. You talk to them about what they do for fun, they're going to talk to you, okay? In your story, you want to tell your people about your work and your passion, but tell them why you're passionate about what you do and the reason that you do it. See, I'm passionate about teaching people LinkedIn, especially network marketers. I'm so passionate about it, I think the whole world needs to know about it. I just believe, honestly, that our industry is changing. And more people, you're going to find more quality people. You're going to build your business faster and quicker on LinkedIn than you are any other place, including Facebook, Twitter. Another one, Google Plus, is coming up pretty fast too. But I really believe, in my heart of hearts, that the reason that we have such a high failure rate in the industry is because we're teaching old, traditional, dated ways of doing this. Hey, make your list of names, invite people to a party. Hey, go after the top success people in the beginning, called your chicken list. That's what we were taught back in the old days, And then you call your people on your chicken list, and what are they going to say? Well, wait a minute. Hey, I'm the CEO of a company, I'm the CFO of a company, or I'm the vice president of whatever, and you're going to call me. What are you doing? Okay, you're going to only recruit at your level. They tell you recruit at your level and above, but your attraction becomes when you have some kind of value and content that you could offer them. Okay, that's what's going to make a difference to them. If you don't have a level of success, you're not going to reach them. Let me just tell you the truth. Okay, you're always going to reach at your level or above. So you got to step up the ladder gradually. So as you master LinkedIn and you become a master of that, and you go to them and say, you know what, I just sponsored 20 people. You know, I'm making a little over $5,000 a month. You know, residual income, and it's only taking me about 30 minutes to an hour a day to do this. Then you got their attention. All right. So another thing I like to put is what I do and work for charities. Now I don't do this to boast or brag. I do it because I really have a ministry to homeless people and kids. And I love the kids and the homeless people. My dream and goal is to buy a warm jacket for every homeless person on the streets. And by the way, to show you how much I'm committed to this ministry, I actually I haven't been doing it in the last couple of years, but I used to go over there and you know, during Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I used to walk among the people and talk to them and share the Lord and give out clothes and other things like that. Okay, so that's a real ministry to me. It's not just I say that. So share that because that's important. People connect with me a lot on that one. Okay. Now here's what I do for work. I'm an author, coach, and speaker. I do consulting work for high-income earners in the direct sales industry. My books and articles are all focused about building large sales organizations for network marketers with emphasis on social media. You can read some of my articles on my blog site. Now there, again, I'm not selling anyone anything. My most popular article right now is how to build LinkedIn profile that compels like a magnet. Okay, compels me. I use the word a little out of that context because to me I wanted something more forceful. You know, instead of attracts, I want compels. It's forcing, you know, you to do something. Okay, it's compelling. All right. Okay, I founded a new company called Global Networks Association. I teach network marketers how to sponsor quality people in the global market by using LinkedIn. It's just that simple. Okay, people starting out. Okay. So anybody starting out working from home could build a home-based business. They encounter resistance in the old traditional methods. How many times do I hear this? All the time, okay, about people telling me, oh my God, I can't do it again. I've went to my friends. This is about the sixth one. I mean, I've heard it so many times. So I want people to know that there's a new way to do this. There's a whole new, community of friends that you can have today and build an online community, and those friendships are just as valuable as the ones you build eyeball to eyeball, belly button to belly button. They are literally afraid to call their friends and family in fear of violating those relationships. So I'm going to put it right in here. People are using my methods and love the fact that they can find success on social media marketing without upsetting those most important relationships. My family become very, I mean, it separated my brother and I. My mother it separated us for a long time. We didn't talk for years because, you know, I pushed my MLM on my family. It was a very trying time, and you know what? I love my brother and mother, so really, I don't want anybody ever to go through that experience ever again. Okay? Let me be frank with you. That's why I'm so passionate about writing the book and teaching people these new methods. Okay? Because first of all, they're going to make more money quicker and faster. They're not going to violate their relationships. They can keep all their friends. What a beautiful thing that is, you know? I hate it when people choose their friends based on their business, and then when they change another company and their friends don't come along, all of a sudden their friendships are lost. See, my friends are my friends, whether they're in this company, that company, or any company. My friends are friends because they're friends. So understand that's how I teach it, and that's the way I'm going to teach it, and I'm passionate about it, okay? So I'm also the founder of 30 Minute Millionaire. That's my coaching company, master trainer and coaching company, dedicated to teaching network marketers how to build their sales organizations online. My focus is social media and internet attraction marketing. I mastered LinkedIn. I learned how to sponsor 20 quality people every month like clockwork. See my LinkedIn profile. See, I don't sell anything. See, education is what people are looking for, not selling. Education is so powerful. Think about this just for a minute. If you go on Google right now or YouTube and you type in weight loss, you can type in, I don't care, any subject that you want, you know, skincare, doesn't matter, you're going to see that a lot of people watch the testimonies and before and after pictures of, you know, looking young after being old and all that kind of stuff and losing all the weight. But let me tell you, the ones that get more traction, get more views than any other are the educational videos. The difference is maybe 10,000 will review the person and, you know, that did her whole 6 months or 9 months of her weekly videos, and yeah, she's going to have 10,000 views. Oh, I went viral. Let me tell you, if you look at the one that says 7 ways to lose weight without going to the gym, go find videos like that. I promise you, you're going to see 10 million, 12 million views. Okay? People are hungry for education. Content is king. It is king. So when you create a relationship because you open up to people personally, just remember the value that you can bring to that person is the content. So master LinkedIn. It's not that hard. It's a very easy one to learn. It's got so many features. They welcome you. They don't limit you like they do on Facebook. It's just, oh my gosh. And it's going to get hotter and hotter and hotter. So I love the industry. I love my friends and other MLMs who are coming to me constantly for advice and coaching. That's why I can't say no to them anymore. This has been going on for years. I've been turning people down. Join my MLM if you want my coaching. It's cheaper. That's what I used to tell them, but I can't do that anymore. Okay, I'm always open, looking for the next prize student to help to become a leader and a millionaire. I can follow. You can follow me on Monday Morning Mentor Coaching Hangout. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm running a little bit over today, where I can teach and share internet insights freely with people. Just click on there right here. So that's how people can find me. I didn't sell anybody. So here's your lesson. Even though I left clues, and this is what I did, write this down. I left clues on where to find my content. So people can evaluate the value to that. Where to find me. I did not pitch or even offer a coaching program. Okay? I shared a little bit this morning about one because I just made a decision to do that. But again, I'm not pitching on LinkedIn. I'm not selling on LinkedIn. I'm going to provide value and content to all of those people that really want to learn, change their lives, and master something that's really beautiful. It's a trend now. It's the hottest, and it will continue to grow and outperform all the other network platforms. I promise you it will. Okay. So another point of interest in the keywords is I use the story of my article. Use keywords. They're the signposts. They light up the highway for people to find you. It's such a beautiful thing. So who is your ideal client? Think about that. Okay, I put that right in here. Who is your ideal client? Okay, so let's go to close. How do you really close? No, you don't close. Let me say it again. Stop closing people. Let's work on bridging your relationship. Let's become good friends. Tell them about your dreams and goals. Open up your heart to them. They'll open up their heart to you. You know, I would love to hear about you. I truly love people. I love their stories. I love hearing about them. That's the attitude, mindset you have to have. Again, I appreciate Mesa. I appreciate Ellen. They're great finds. I'm very lucky to have them. I'm going to treat them like gold. Okay? They don't even have to argue with me. Okay? If they want something, they're going to get it. Okay? Why? Because I want them to succeed. I want them to succeed in a very personal way. Because why? They're helping me. That's the attitude you have to have. Again, I appreciate the time you took reading this. Let's chat some more. I'm sure we can find a great resource for each other, or be resourceful to each other, share points of interest with each other. There's so many things that we can do. These connections are so powerful. So here's another little secret right here. When you write your story out like I have, and I've broken it down for you, what does your schedule look like in the next few days to chat? That's all that Mesa puts on there when she does my messaging. So if you do your swipe file and write all your personal messages as I taught you, and I'm going to continue bringing you, different samples of different messages, then go ahead and write. Okay. Now look at the bottom here. Okay. P.S. Okay. What it takes it from Lincoln on a personal conversation that cements a relationship. That's all the PS does. What does your schedule look like next few days to chat? And that's why I love, all I do is talk to people on the phone every day. And I meet the most interesting people, and I have the most interesting relationships, and I got more friends than I know what to do with. And I love them. I love them. It's just powerful. This article, okay, if this article helps you, please let me know by sending it to, here's my email. You can follow my coaching free on Monday Morning Mentor. I give that away. I am going to be doing paid workshops here pretty fast. Okay, Ellen and I are going to be working on that. If you get stuck, please feel free to email me and ask me any question. Just put in the subject line, ask the coach, because I get 300 emails a day, okay, on the subject line. I'll be sure to get it for you guys, okay? Well, let me stop sharing for a minute here. Okay, now, all right. So, folks, listen to what I'm saying to you, okay? I'm fired up. I'm so excited. LinkedIn is such a gold mine. You're going to find so many phenomenal people on LinkedIn. Don't be discouraged by the ones that just hammer you to get into links and get into their MLMs. Learn to do this when they come at you. And don't throw those relationships away. Learn to do this when they come at you. Just go, stop. Stop. Can you say that? Stop. Okay? I want to know about you. I want to know about your family and what you're passionate about, what you do for fun. Let's start off learning about each other personally. Maybe I can refer you people. Maybe you can refer me people, And of course, you want to hear about their passions. And then open up to them about your story and your life and who you are. And then let them open up to you. Okay? Let me tell you something. The old days of, I believe that it takes just as much energy to dream big as it does small. But when somebody's broke and desperate and just, behind on their bills, the IRS and all the other issues that are happening right now, 50% of Americans living in poverty. Folks, an extra $500, $1,000, $1,500 a month means a lot to a lot of people right now. It's like winning the lottery to them. Seriously, it's like winning the lottery. When you come out with people and just say, hey, look, write out all your dreams, your reason why, and and you're going to have a big car and a big home when they're $18,000, $20,000, $30,000 in debt, folks, that's just setting people up for disaster. Those days are gone. They're gone. Listen to what I'm telling you. That's a myth. They're gone. You got to get down and show people some success. You got to get down and show them the little step-by-step ways that they can learn and master and become better and better and better, and then watch them grow. And as they get better and better and better, anybody can be an attraction on LinkedIn. Anybody at all can be an attraction. It's not hard. All you have to do is read a few books, take my courses, okay, or take other people's courses, and learn what this incredible platform teaches you. LinkedIn is the future to people that are in sales, any of the sales professions, the network marketing industry. I'm telling you, it is the way, it's the light, okay? It's the light to the future, and it's the way you're going to build large organizations. It's the way you're going to build a lot of communities, and you're going to build the culture, and you're going to have a lot of great relationships. So just keep that in mind. This is Coach Gary saying, hey, there's a better way on LinkedIn. There's a better way. There's a light to the end of your problems on LinkedIn. So trust what I'm telling you. Okay, call me if you need me. All right, you got all the information right there. You can go to my blog site, the number 30minute-millionaire.com. You can read all of these posts. A lot of my articles and everything are going to be on my blog site. I'm posting weekly now. Okay, connect with me on all of the platforms. Here's the 4 majors that I use. I use LinkedIn, obviously, number 1. I do use Facebook. Okay, number 2. I use Twitter, number 3, and I use Google Plus, number 4. Those are the only ones that I really am focused on right now. So this is Coach Gary. God bless and have a great week, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye now.